Good morning. Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, focus. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 91 of Coffee and Darts. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here in Southern California. It is 7 a.m. Give me a ton 80 in the comments if you guys are ready to chat about darts, because darts is back with people, and we're going to be talking about that today. I've got a mystery package that we're going to be opening sometime this morning. And we're just going to sit back and talk darts. We'll talk a little bit about Daniel's 24-hour challenge to raise money for the Williams syndrome. Other than that, we're just going to chat it up and have some fun. So put some stuff in the comments. Make sure that you're talking. I've got some good morning, Scott Carter. I got questions for you about the Nexus and the Grand Board stuff that people have been asking me. So I'm going to ask you because I don't always have all the answers. Yeah, I do, but I don't really, you know what I mean? So I know where to find the answer if I don't have the answer. But I do want to give a big shout out. Good morning, Christopher. Maybe it's Chris. I don't know. My brother he spells it the same way, but he likes to go by Chris unless he thinks he's special, and then he's got to go by Christopher. So I don't know what you got going on there. But I do want to give a big shout out to my sponsors. Of course, these guys, Shot Darts. Man, they make beautiful artwork that we get to throw. They have some incredible barrels. Just a great manufacturer, a lover of the sport. Players themselves, got to love the guys over at Shot. And, of course, Gen Mounts and everybody over at Magicwear. They've got their ready designs. They've got their custom designs like this. They've got their team designs, which is what they really function well in. So, with darts back, with people back at the pubs, people back at the bars, people back out playing tournament-style stuff, things are getting back. I know here in the state of California, next month on the 15th, everything's back to normal. It's gone. It's like over. Like COVID doesn't exist, or, you know, everybody's done whatever they're supposed to do, whatever the situation is. On the 15th, our governor said it's all over. We all go back to normal. So, yeah, like the Padres, the Dodgers, the Angels, speaking baseball, they've all said full capacity on the 16th. Buy your tickets now. I don't care about basketball, so don't care about that. You know, when people are allowed to do certain things that other people aren't allowed to do in a particular sport and they let them get away with it, not cool. I will say in the NFL, you break the rules there, you get busted. Because I can think of a Super Bowl not too long ago where a particular Raider went to Mexico to TJ, party a little too much, and guess what? He didn't play in the Super Bowl. Oops. Not when it comes to basketball. You can break their rules, but if you're a star, doesn't matter. You get away with whatever you want. Plus, the Lakers suck without LeBron. So we won't, go there, but the Suns are going to win the whole thing this year. I'm just saying. Let's see what else got going on here. What else was I saying? Oh, I also want to thank these guys. Contour, this zero stress axe flight shaft system happens to be a flight shaft system that I currently play. Interesting thing about their flight shaft system, if you get into it, you'll see a lot of professional players are switching over to this hard flight, the 90-degree flights. Of course, there's different brands out there, but you'll see a number of players that are actually playing the axe system. Now, Condor, being more known for soft tip play, had a flight shaft combo that was soft. It was, it had flexibility, and it really had, because they were getting into the soft tip stuff. They weren't dealing with steel tip. The problem with the softer stuff when it came to the steel tip is it just didn't hold up as well. Plus, it was getting pierced. So they came up with the axe system, which works really well. I will say one thing about it: it does change your flight trajectory. Bottom line, the way that it's made up, the compound and how it holds its shape really does. You have to get used to that at first. But I don't know. There's some pro guys out there that playing this thing, Jose de Sosa being one of them. And we will talk a little bit about him and, of course, PDC today as well. So I want to thank my sponsors. They are awesome. Have we ever been normal in California? Coming from L. David. No, sir. Well, normal's, it just depends where you're at. If you're in Burbank, LA, that area, like where you like to hang out, there is nothing normal up there, man. Nothing at all. I was just in LA this past Saturday. took my oldest son and his soon-to-be wife up there for a show. So we did go to a show, but we had to stay in our car the whole time. It was actually pretty cool. It had to do with Stranger Things. They have this little drive-through show that they're doing, and they actually have taken over a parking structure. And you come in, and they take you up to a level, and you see a little scene acted out, which was really cool. And then you drive a little bit more, and you drive into, I can't remember what it was called, the other world. It's blanking my mind right now from Stranger Things, and you're kind of in it, and they have these screens set up where you watch stuff that's happening. It's cool. And then there's actors that come by and do some stuff, and then you drive around up onto the roof where there's this whole big stage set up and this big thing. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun just to hang out with them and do that. So yes, let's just say it's weird up there, but it's kind of cool. LA's a little dirty. It's coming from San Diego up to LA is a little different. Ballparks, if you're into baseball, I know I'm totally off kilter here. We're talking baseball. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the Padres rock. I'm a huge Padres fan, and we might actually do something this year. Hold on, do not. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Xandra. I haven't seen you on here in a while, so good morning, afternoon for the Scottish lad. And I don't know any of those Dodger fans out there. I'm sorry, but that stadium's kind of dirty, man. It's just a dirty stadium compared to Petco Park. Padres is just where they play. But anyway, we could get into that. My kids, my son and his future wife are big Red Sox fans, and so it's saddening for me. I don't know if you guys can see it back here, right there. Oh no, it's hidden. It's hidden by the American flag. Right there is a jersey that is my son's little league jersey, and it's a Red Sox jersey. His coach was a huge Red Sox fan, disgusting Red Sox fan, and that was the name. The team was the Red Sox, and the kids all got into it. And he would buy extra jerseys, the green jersey back there. That was their March jersey. He would buy them hats and different colored jerseys and different things. That team was just so done up. This guy owned a bar, and he just took care of those kids. And so my son is now a Red Sox fan and has been to the stadium there, and is just totally thrilled with it all. Doesn't chew gum though. Don't know what that comment's about. You'll have to look it up. All right, let's get into darts. Let's talk. Okay, so first thing I want to do, and I know we're going to be opening this package. Look at all these cool little stickers on it and all that other stuff. You guys are just going to have to hold on and see what the mystery package is all about today, because it's cool. I know what it is because I just know. I wasn't expecting it. When it came, I went, oh my gosh, I know what this is. But you guys will have to wait and open it up. I haven't opened it up, so I don't know what it looks like inside, but I kind of know what it is, and I really wasn't expecting it. So I'm super excited to open this myself. So let's talk some darts. Let's talk 24 hours of darts. I don't know how many of you actually saw this, watched it, but Daniel, who does Soft Tip Central UK, and he does interviews and stuff, and it's typically soft tip. Everything on his channel is soft tip related. If you go to the YouTube or any of his stuff, Soft Tip Central UK. There is a Soft Tip Central USA, which I just want to point out. I have my tour card. These are cool too. These are metal. I was like, what is this? It's a metal business card type thing. This is pretty sweet. So thank you to the guys over Soft Tip Central USA for sending us this. This makes me feel like I'm a tour player. I'm official. These things are really nice. I almost want to get my own business cards made with these, but I know they're super expensive. We'll talk a little bit about that and where you guys can watch that. But I'll tell you what. Yes, and then David, 23 Dib, they helped out Daniel and David and his wife, and there were some other folks there, and it was an incredible 24 hours. I didn't have an opportunity to jump on and play during that. I watched it. I had it on my phone, or I had it going on I just wanted to make sure that there were eyeballs consistently on it, and I watched a lot of it. I watched when he was playing the guys from Bullseyes and Brewskis, and huge shout out to those guys. They really put the effort in to help out there. It was incredible. It was just, Daniel played darts for 24 hours. I have done 18 hours, so I know some of the pain. He went 24 hours. And like I was watching him when it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning for him when it was stuff. And I know the guys from Bullseyes and Brewskis, Roy and those guys jumped on it. I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning their time. They were playing him just to kind of help out. It was cool. It was fun to watch. But I had this thing that we'd already planned like months ago to go to this thing in LA. And so that took up part of that time. And by the time I got back here, it was too late. So, like I would have woke kids up. Unfortunately, playing soft tip is not a quiet sport. It's kind of loud. But it was awesome to watch. And then in the morning we were watching it. Dylan was all into it. He thought it was really cool. And just huge shout out for, taking the time to do what he did for 24 hours, raise money for the Williams syndrome. It's I don't know if you call it a disease or it's a crippling situation that not a lot of people get. And it just kind of is just something that they're still studying. There's help that's there for families, parents, and stuff that, have kids that are dealing with this. And then as they get older, because it's not like it's something that you don't have when you're older, there's help and support there. And so they raise money for it. I know that he was trying to get to $2,021 because it's 2021. His goal is always to match whatever the year is. He's done this for 3 years now. Morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. But I think they doubled the money. David 23 Dibs said the tour card was my invention. Sweet. It is really cool. I'm stoked. Like I show this off. I'm like, hey, check it out. Look, I got a tour card. Tour card holder. What up? Matt Campbell's a tour card holder for there too. But I just think it was really awesome what he did, the event. And I think we doubled that amount. They doubled the amount. There was giveaways. It was awesome. Apparently one of the guys that won a set of the B-52s, as a matter of fact, lives here in Oceanside. I don't know him. We chatted yesterday. He's going to come by. I said, don't mail him a set. I got him here. Why spend the money to mail it? It doesn't make sense. So super, super excited. I get to meet this gentleman. I think he's coming by tonight or Thursday night, whatever. And maybe we'll play some darts on that. Speaking of Mr. Daniel Booth, morning there, sir. He did survive. I'm pretty sure he slept a little bit. He's got to work and all that other stuff, kids, family stuff to deal with. So, but that's an event, man. 24 hours of anything is an event, especially if you're just playing darts. Scottish Lad. Thank you. Scottish Lad always comes on and gives me a little quick donate. You guys can do that if you're watching on YouTube. I guess with Facebook, I don't, there's like stars or something that you can do. I don't ever ask for stuff like that from you guys. I know there are certain shows out there, and I'm not talking about dart shows, but other shows out there that constantly are like stars when they're watching Facebook or whatever. So in any case, thank you, Scottish Lad. Thank you so much for you always donate a little something in there. That's really cool. I appreciate that. And don't worry about it being more or anything. It's just cool that you do it. This is just a labor of love. Have fun with it. And yeah, I mean, huge shout out to Daniel. I'm gonna have to get you back on, brother. We're gonna have to do another interview, and we can tape it. And looks like, yeah. So David 23 Dib put this in here, which, by the way, David's totally a cool guy. Like, I love his just the what was I going to say? The accents that you guys have versus it's just, to me, it's kind of cool. I'm like, I just love it. And I love the room, man. That darts room was awesome. Like, I love my little area here, but I only get this wall. Like, okay, so you go this way in my garage and it gets storage stuff, and then you got a fridge over here, and you got junk. I only get this wall over here, which is cool. I'm not complaining because I get a TV and I got dartboards everywhere, and I got my Funko Pops, and I'm not complaining. But like Dana has like a whole room with like orange painted wall. I don't know what's up with that, but all this cool stuff. It's really awesome. But let's see. I'm getting all over the place here today. So, but David mentioned that the goal was to raise 2021, and they raised 4,409 pounds. You can say dollars if you want to say that, but that's what they raised, which is incredible. It's awesome. Yeah, it was just, and that really is the darts community. That's a lot of you that are watching this morning, and other folks. That really is from you guys, and that's from you guys. Doing whatever as far as donating money, getting involved in the drawings. And I know there were some people that got some really killer things, and they didn't have a whole lot of competition in the drawings. So some people played it really smart and kind of waited till it was early morning to get in on the drawings to make sure that they won some cool stuff. But there were some really nice jerseys, some signed stuff, some darts, just all in all, really cool deal. Oh, something else I want to point out real quick that I know helps Daniel and the crew there. Sorry, I had to get some coffee there. Oh, man, that's so good. That's so good. Mrs. Atomic chiming in there. But they do these wraps for the Grand Board and for the Nexus. Super cool. You can find out more about the wraps at Soft Tip Central UK. They've got a website where you can buy some stuff, and they have wraps. And what I mean by wrap, it's a sticker that goes on and it gives it a custom look and feel. And they're really, really cool. I'm going to buy one. I just haven't. There's a couple that I like. And I think I've put stickers on my Nexus, which you can see. This thing. This is so hard to do backwards. I can't get it. There you go. So I've got some like stickers already on there, but I might have to do one of those wraps and pull those stickers off, or do my Grand Board and wrap that sucker. They've got some cool stuff available there. So just letting you guys know, if you want to customize your Grand Board or your Nexus and you're doing the soft tip thing, it's available there. If you want to customize your steel tip because you're a steel tip player, go for it. Just get a ring and you can buy custom rings, all that stuff. So knock yourselves out for that. You can do that. And I actually got my hands on a really cool ring and backboard from, it's sitting over here. I got a pile of stuff to review. It's from Viper, and it's a cork. It's cork. It's really cool. And so hopefully I'll get to that review. And then Gen Mounts, the guys at A to Z sent me some stuff. They sent me an ARC setup, which I got a review, and some other cool stuff that's sitting over there. And I'm going to get to all those reviews next week. I'm setting aside days so that I can just crush out some reviews. Speaking of reviews, make sure that you guys are checking out Scottish Lad. He's doing incredible stuff. A year ago, Scottish Lad. So a year ago, I know, guys, I'm all over the place today. It's awesome. Donations were worldwide. Huge thank you to everybody that donated. You guys can see that there. So conversion, Bigfoot Shaver. Thank you, Bigfoot, and I need to get Bigfoot on that because that guy's got some stories. But they converted that. It's basically $6,237, $32 and a penny if you convert it. So Scottish Lad, if you remember a year ago, so it's been about a year, you wanted to do reviews. You kind of got into the thing. You had reached out to me, asking me some questions about it. And we had some chats back and forth, and you didn't want to be on screen. You were using your phone. You were very nervous about doing all this stuff, but you kind of got into it. You started doing a couple, asking questions of myself, asking questions of some of the other dart tubers, which you started a thing called Dart Tubers, which is totally awesome. What's up, Jason Watt? What's going on, man? And you just kind of, built it a little, started doing that, and then you got yourself onto the camera, and you just have increased and gotten better day after day, review after review, and you're doing awesome stuff. If you guys have not seen his channel, go check it out on YouTube. Check it out. I think he's got stuff on Facebook as well. I know he does, but YouTube is kind of where it's at. Just look up Scottish Lad, Darts Review, or does Darts Review, and it's just really he's doing some incredible stuff there, and love what he's doing. It's fun to watch, and I'll say for me, and this goes for Niels as well, because he does the darts reviews. The accents are super cool, and I love the little accents that go in when you guys do this stuff. And I know you guys think we have accents and we're kind of awkward, but I just love that. Like for me, it's like, oh, that's very dartish. I don't know, I love it. So it's great. So there are some really great channels out there doing reviews, and I just wanted to say, dude, it's been like a year, and you're crushing it. You're doing so well. So very excited to have you as a friend in a way. I really think a lot of you guys as friends, and I can't wait till we start to meet in person, which again gets to happen this year. Speaking of that, in-person stuff. Let's transition into the PDC. Did you guys watch that yesterday? Fortunately, if you're an MVG fan, you saw him get dominated. Asp just dominated him, and even the scoring line just doesn't even look like Asp was just on game. And he even said, I got a 5%. I don't know how he quantified that, but he got a 5% boost because there were fans. And it wasn't the sporadic fandoms that we've seen in the last couple of tournaments. This was a full force awesomeness. And yeah, I can't wait until we get later in here and get into some actual tournaments. It's going to be fun to have darts back, because last year was interesting, but yeah, we need the fans. We need the interactions. We need the screaming, the yelling, just all the fun stuff that goes on. It's going to be interesting when Gerwin gets to come back, which he's got to be pissed off as all get out. But when he gets to go in as world champion, how's the crowd going to react? I'm excited to see that. I am saddened for Peter Wright, for Snakebite, because he missed out on so much in that last year. But if you saw him play yesterday, he's definitely heating up at the right time, taking out James Wade, who played well but couldn't hit his doubles for anything. It was really weird yesterday. James Wade was just not hitting the doubles. Peter Wright looked good, looked better. His groupings were better. He was definitely, I think he had 5 or 6 180s. His ton 40s were definitely in play, which is he's very good at doing that. He was definitely getting there. His outs shots were good. His double play was good. So Peter Wright is definitely coming back. Now, Peter and James Wade are pretty much out of the Premier League. There is opportunity, I think, potentially, if like everybody else just didn't show up, that they would get into the top 4. But those two are pretty much done. You've got Dancing Dimitri, who's in play. I think he's the only one that could get there. He could bump out the Ferret, possibly, depending on how Johnny Clayton plays. Jose de Sosa is killing it. He's playing good darts, played well yesterday, just played his game. And the thing about him, and this is a learning thing for the darts players, is for him, coming from soft tip to steel tip, the math has been a little bit off and has been fun for other people. He's learned how to duck that, and it just hits his back and rolls right off. And he's doing really well just from a mental perspective. He's that poker guy that never changes his expression. He's just there to play darts, and he's having fun with it. You can see he's enjoying it. He's confident. He's relaxed. He's going to be a really good player for a while. It's kind of like Menser, who, kind of has that same demeanor. He's tried to create a character out of himself, which I think has been what's hurt him in the last couple of years. When he goes back to just being the gentle giant that he is, he plays really well. And I think that's where Jose is. I'm just here to play my darts, and I play my darts, and then I go home, and, oh yeah, I want to, whatever amount of money, I did this. Like, he could win the world championship, and he'd be the one guy that won and went, thank you for the trophy. I'm out. See you guys later. And that's kind of his game. So really excited to see where this goes. The top 4 players, I think it's pretty much going to stay that way. Dancing Dimitri's really the only one that's got a shot. I think Clayton does well. I think he stays in the top 4. I don't see MVG faltering enough to lose out with what we have left. I think MVG will be in the top 4. Asp is doing really well. Out of the top 4, I would say it's either between Asp or Jose de Sosa. I think one of those two is actually going to win the Premier League this year. We're going to have another first-time winner. We're going to have a debutante win this thing again. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out for the rest of the year. Those are my predictions. What do you guys think? Do you think the top four that we have now stays that way? Did you even know the Premier League was back? Let's see it in the comments. Did you guys know it was back yesterday? Did you know that there were human beings there watching it? It wasn't just a screen with a bunch of like buzzy noise. It was like there were people there. It was a huge amount of fun to watch. Really enjoyed watching it. It was in the background while I was working, but it was really cool. And I did stop for the Peter Wright match because it was Peter Wright and James Wade, two of my favorite darts players. And so that was awesome. It was good. Today, more darts, 11 a.m. my time, whatever time it is for you. The screen was much better, more noise. Well, yeah, people did kind of shout. I don't know if they were like told to like not be as loud because somehow that might be a different, I don't know. So yes, Edgar TV was watching it. He's not playing it. He's watching it and doing like the Dart Connect thing and talking about it. But it is there. So it is kind of cool. Except the 70 out, but the special one who a fan told him, yes, that was interesting. So, and yes, Will Stewart, thank you for joining in today as well. Yeah, it looks like players enjoyed having the fans back. They were kind of a little bit more talkative with the fans and showing appreciation and interacting, which was cool to see. And I think we'll see a little of that, and then it'll shift back to kind of the stuff. And once we're back into a real good tournament, I think it's just going to be fun to see how that plays out. I really want to see how Gerwin – we haven't seen the world champion this year. I mean – one positive COVID test and then a bazillion negative tests. I know he's furious about this whole thing. But we haven't seen him, which is just weird. It's weird to think that the guy that won the world championship, it's, June, essentially. We haven't seen him. We're going to be halfway through the year before it's just crazy to me. But it's nice to have fans back. We've got fans back, in U.S. type stuff happening. There are tournaments that are coming up from a U.S. physical standpoint through Champ Darts, which is kind of the bigger in-person thing. There is USA Darts Productions works with a number of different events out there so you can watch stuff. But I don't know of any other tours. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, because I was like looking, and I don't know of any other tours that are playing multiple events here in the U.S. other than what Champ Darts is really doing. I know that the Darts Players Florida, they're looking at doing some events, and hopefully they'll kind of get that rotating. Unfortunately, on the West Coast, you would think there was a lot more going on over here. There just isn't. Like in San Diego, it's hard to scrape up darts players. It's really weird. You would think there would be a lot more, but it's just not there. Hopefully it all kind of rotates. East Coast still dominates when it comes to actual tournament play type stuff. But hopefully we'll see some flipping and changing in regards to that. So here is a question that I need to throw out to you guys because I've been asked this quite a few times lately. And that is in regards to soft tip. So Roy, hop on your horse here, buddy. You should have some answering for this. Well, no, you only have one answer for it. And I already know that. But between the Nexus and the Grand Board, we know, and I know that the Grand Board has a better handle on gameplay from a world standpoint and tournament play from a world standpoint. What, has Nexus? I haven't even looked. And Daniel, if you're here, because I know you do a lot with the Nexus, you might have the answer to this. But is Nexus, have they been striving to get more tournament play with their boards or having the tournament type stuff available like the Grand does? I would assume the Grand is definitely the better of the two with all of that. As far as play, I know we play on the Grand board for the Soft Tip Central USA. Where's that at? What do you guys see with that? If you're playing those boards, I think they both have pros and cons as far as boards go. I think for the Grand Board, it's the fact that they have such a good reach, allowing people to play each other in the tournament type game. I think the Nexus, in some regards, is better built, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about actual tournament play. I've had a number of people reach out to me and say, hey, which one's the better one for tournament play? Which one's the one where I'm going to find more people? And, then the question comes, which one's better built? I don't think anybody cares so much about the build quality right now. It's the reach quality that they've got. And in my opinion right now, the Grand Board has the better, but will the Nexus get there? Will the Nexus grow? Is that going to be something that Target does with it or not? What do you guys think? Is there more playability? In my opinion, the Grand Board's got more playability, but I've had a lot of people ask lately, and I'm just curious what you guys are seeing. So Matador says that he recommends the Grand Board. Or he's been recommended the Grand Board. And yeah, and I will say, Matador Darts, the reason that everybody recommends the Grand Board is the lobby that it has and the playability internationally. The Nexus, I've only played Neil's on that I can think of. I haven't really gone in and played other people because I do it on the Grand Board, if anything. So, yeah, just curious what your thoughts are on that. And don't forget, guys, at some point here, we're going to open the mystery package. We're going to get to that here shortly. But also excited about darts being back. What do you guys think about that? How that's going to affect, how that's going to play out, what that's going to look like. Here's the big question with that. What does it do for this online play? I don't think it goes away right now. I don't think we're going to see that big a change with that currently. I think next year is going to be the really big showing of online versus in play. I think a lot of these pros that are playing a lot of the online stuff now will do some of that COVID cough next year. But they're not going to do as much of it. I think it's going to be, hey, I've got the in-person play. I've got to do that. I think they're going to do some of the online stuff just as warm-up, just to keep in the game. But I really think next year is going to be that big fracture year between the online play and the in-person play, as long as things keep going the way they are currently going, where we're going to open back up and kind of get back to some whatever normality is, whatever it was beforehand and whatever it is now. But I think we'll see that next year. I think we'll still have online play. I'm curious if Jason Watt's still in the house. Like, has he thought about that? Where does that think that, for the Bearded Dark Guy stuff, the streams that he's doing, what has he thought about that? Where are the streams going? I know USA Darts was doing some online stream stuff, but they're more now out and about doing in-person stuff. I will say for Champ Darts, the concept or the thought process is, how do you split it? I mean, do you create a league that's predominantly in online? I don't know if you guys just heard my daughter scream, but she got a really good night's sleep, and she is on fire this morning. It is a Maleficent morning, and we're talking first movie, not second movie where she becomes like good. We're talking first movie where she's not good. We call our daughter Maleficent. It used to be Princess, and totally it's Maleficent now because she's pretty evil, and we're hoping she'll become good. That's kind of where we're at. But right now we'll just leave it at that. She's 5. We'll go with that. She knows she's cute, so she uses that to her advantage. But I think there's going to be, the ability to kind of have two. Now, you have players that have come out of this year, like Jacob Taylor. If you have not seen or heard of Jacob Taylor, The Truth, I know that essentially that he really came through the Bearded Dart Guy program. And we had Quarantine Darts for a while, but of course that's kind of dissolved. But The Truth, and he's got his Champ Darts card, and he's killing it, doing really well. Matt Campbell, by the way, is also killing it. I got to give him a shout out. He won the second trifecta tournament, which was an online tournament through Champ Darts this past weekend. But the Truth won the first one and just is playing really great darts. I can't wait to see him live. I think that's going to be fun to be able to cheer him on. But that's kind of, a question that I have is, where does this happen? When does it happen? How does this play out? I know that Champ Darts is looking at this and trying to figure out how do they balance it out, because it's a lot of work really to put on these events. You got to get the players to set their cameras up right and do things and show up on time and all the other stuff. It's not like a tournament where they just roll up and play. It's, hey guys, don't forget you're playing this tonight and you're doing this. We got to set this up and we're going to do that. And I will say, Jason Bearded Darts does a really good job of his streams, and it's helped having all these different streamers and all these players going and playing on all these different streams, Hambone Darts and all these different streams that are out there has helped, because a lot of players have figured out what they need to do. They've gone and invested in a camera. They've invested in lighting. It's been good in a growth pattern, because a year ago all this started. I mean, you think about it, it was a year ago that really all of a sudden we started to see Quarantine Darts was coming and Bearded Dark Guy was getting started, and all these different little streaming situations were happening because there was no play. There was no in-person play. And so it's really the growth. It's been a year. I mean, think about it. It's really been a year where it's really been something that we were all sitting there watching. And it was like, it started out as a couple nights a week, and then it became basically a nightly thing. And I'll be honest, I don't check it as much. Like, I see that a match is on and I'll go kind of check it. But like a year ago, that's what we were doing. We were watching these things because it was darts. And, the PDC even tried to get involved into it. And it was interesting to watch that, but kind of not, surprisingly not their game. So I'm really interested to see how this plays. I think this could be good. It could be bad, especially for U.S. North American darts, because excuse me, European darts, PDC stuff, all that over there, they're not going to play this game. They're going back to darts, and that's going to be it. They're not going to fracture their game. PDC is not going to fracture their money. They're going to hold it in place how they're doing things, and they're going to be back, and that's the deal. We in North America love to break everything up and have our own, and it's all this individual me, and it's hurt our sport. You've got soft tip and steel tip here. Neither one's dominant. You've got the O1 games. You've got cricket. Okay, neither one's a dominant situation. You go over to Asia, soft tip is dominant there. They do play O1, but they play a lot of cricket. I mean, it's the soft tip everything. So we've got this just huge fracture, and there's just money is not built together all to function in one thing. If we were to say, hey, we're going to just be a soft tip country, like predominantly soft tip, we're going to do the Asian type situation here, and we put all our money into that, awesome. If we're like, no, we want to do steel tip, which kind of seems to be part of the way we're going, like Champ Darts type of situation, and if we could get everything to put the money into that, it would grow, and it would get the sponsorships, it would get all the eyeballs, it would, and that's kind of our problem here in North America, is we're fractured all over the place with this stuff. Like, Europe doesn't even know what soft tip is. It's a toy to them. Cricket is just it's a game to learn to play. It's all O1. You go to Australia, you go to other countries like that, it's all O1, it's steel tip. We're kind of the ones that can't get our stuff wrapped around it and figure it out. So just curious, how does this fracture in the online versus physical play affect us from a financial? I mean, does money go to online play? If I'm a sponsor, I'm putting money into this. Now I'm putting money into this tournament. I'm doing this. Instead of combining all my money to say, hey, we're going to put it into this tour, and I'm going to drop $20,000 into this tour, I'm splitting my $20,000 marketing budget up, and I'm putting a little here, a little here, a little here, a little here, a little here. Hey, Mr. Tournament, yeah, I'll give you $200. Hey, Mr. Here's $500. Oh, you're a bigger tournament. Okay, I'm going to give you $2,000. But instead of, hey, winner, top 20, people, or like the top people, here's $50,000 for winning the tournament, or here's $10,000, $15,000 for winning this tournament, and there being tournament, and a number of players, 20, 30, 40 players being able to live on darts. It's, hey, I won $200. Cool, let's go get some beers. It's not, Hey, I won $12,000. Awesome. I can pay my mortgage. I can pay my rent for a couple of months. Let me keep playing darts. That's the big issue. And I'm curious to see how this stretches that money and makes it even less, and how frustrating that's going to be for some of these top players. It's going to drive your top players, your Matt Campbells. I would say Jeff Smith's, but he's already on his way. But, the likes there, and you can't say Danny Baggish because he's on his way. And Danny Lauby, which we want to give a huge shout out to because you got signed by Target, and that's going to help you. And hopefully that drives U.S. darts by having 2 players signed by someone like Target. That's going to be awesome. But again, for those players, they're going to say, look, who's the place where I can get my cash, get some money, and have an opportunity to go get more of it, where I can make it a life out of it. And then all this other stuff is just going to be there. It's interesting for me. I love talking about it, looking at the different aspects of it, and hopefully we will see what happens. So we are going to shortly get into the mystery package. We're not going to go an entire hour today. My daughter, Maleficent herself, crawled into our bed at 2 o'clock this morning. I went to bed at 12 something this morning. She crawled into bed at about 2 o'clock, which her mom smartly said, I'm out. And she went and slept in her bed, leaving her with me. But what that means at about 2:10, Dada, rub my back. Dada, rub my back. Dada, Dada. And so I was awoken right after I had finally fallen back asleep from her coming in, taking over. So I had to rub her back. And then every so often, like I would stop, and then it was, Dada. Yeah, or rub my back. So anyway, it was an interesting night. And then she finally went back to deep sleep at probably 4 or 5 o'clock, and then slept for a number of hours. So anyway, I got to get my butt ready for the day. So anyway, yes, Target is trying to improve their reach in North America market. It makes sense. It will help and bring dollars. Yeah, gotta love the parent role. Yeah. If anybody wants some kids, they're cheap. They come with food for a year. No takers. Yeah. So Scott Carter, Yankee Clippers. You're in Mass. Whatever. You've been in personal leagues for 3 weeks. What's up, Mrs. Atomic? You will not be on camera, but now you will, because I'm totally going to move the camera over there. No, you're fine. Go ahead. Huh? No, go ahead. What do you need? The refrigerator. Well, go. You're fine. What? So Mrs. Atomic is walking by and does not want to be on camera. She's afraid someone's going to see her. If you guys want to see her, just go to my Facebook page, or just Matthew Harper. Just go look there. There's pictures of her all over it on there, so you can see her there. It'll be totally fine. She's on camera there. It's very interesting. I know she had to get something for lunches. Anyway, let's get into our package. I know I'm kind of all over the place, and let's get into this. I'm going to open this up. I'm excited to get into this, and it's been a fun day. Chatting darts, talking a little bit of craziness here. I really want to, I want to get a couple people together to just really chat about this thing within darts, because I think this is the conversation, the talk right now is, how do we get North American darts to really conform to one or the other? The Asian darts over in Asia, the way they've been doing it, the soft tip thing, you're seeing some of their players get into the steel tip and kind of get over to Europe through that stuff. But they're really predominant. They've got their way. Europe's got their way. And then there's us. We just kind of stole from everybody. It's kind of our way, and we just kind of, and so I want to have that conversation I'd love to get some people that know the sport, maybe some players within the sport, maybe guys that are playing, been doing both for the past year, or kind of like both, whatever, you know what I mean? They've played in person, and now they've been doing that. And now they're getting back out. Maybe some big names within, maybe we can grab some PDC guys and some champ darts guys, maybe the guys from Florida, and darts players like New York darts players, Florida. I'm just curious, USA darts. I just think it'd be an interesting conversation, but I'm rambling on. let's get into this. All right, guys, here is the mystery package opening. Hey, Bigfoot, nice move. No kids, just nieces. It's a way to go, man. You can spoil them and be like, go back. When they're yours, you have to keep them. Yeah, this is what I thought it was. Dun, 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 dun. So these are actually really cool L flights that were sent by Custom Flights. See if the camera will get in. They say atomic darts. They got like a little atomic explosion happening. So Custom Flights reached out to me and asked me. I was talking to them because I had said, "Hey, can you do your custom flights on the Condors?" And they said, "Not yet, but hoping to get there." And so we were talking. He's like, "Hey, can I send you some to try them out?" And I'm like, "Of course you can." But that was like a long time ago, and nothing's ever happened. And then he came up with this design and did these. These are really cool. You see that there's the atomic explosion and the logo. So if you go to Custom Flights, you can get these L styles. Bearded Dark Guy's gotten them. That's where he's getting his custom flights. I think Scottish Lad has gotten some stuff from them. These things are super nice. I have no darts like right in front of me. That's weird. All right. Let me grab a dart. Sorry. So put this on. The easy flights are pretty cool by L Style because they work on your poly shafts. They actually work on aluminum shafts, even though they tell you not to do that. I think the aluminum shafts hold them better because the aluminum bites onto them. I can't get this thing in here. There we go. Cool. Put my glasses back on because I'm blind. Hey, look, there you guys are. But check this thing out. Oh, there. Oh, this thing's cool. These are really cool. So if you're looking for some custom flights, they do folded flights and they do these. And then hopefully at some point, they'll be able to do the Condor flights. He's able to print and I think he can do the fit flights. I think so, but if you go over to Custom Darts, and I should have had this set up here. Let me do this here and I'll show this to you guys. They're really cool, and the pricing's really not bad for what you get. And I think you can order just 1 or 2 sets of the easy flights. And so the cost isn't really bad. Custom flights. So sorry guys, I should have been a little bit better prepped. I was getting some custom flights from another location and kind of wish I hadn't, because these are just spot on. So here it is. Let me share my screen. Ding. Share. So you guys can see this real quick. They do incredible flights. I mean, you can see all these great colorations and styles and designs, and they do folded flights and they do the L style flights. And I think he sells like a mix and match. Like you could just buy and they'll send you stuff. But it's really good looking flights. Here's some examples. And they just, he's got some YouTube reviews. Really cool stuff. I think if you go to Double Trouble, I think Double Trouble used their flights. So you've seen them out and about and around, and they're really good looking flights. So if you've got, this, hey, I need my face and my stuff on a flight. If you got a team type thing, these are great for kind of tournament giveaways as we get back to tournaments, and being able to do the L styles, really cool. Those are pretty cool. So I think that's big. It's on all 4 sides. A number of the flights that I've seen are not, that are just like they're blank inside. If you've gotten any of my flights, oh, look, I have one right here. So these are ones that I ordered from someone else. So you've got the logo there, and then it's blank on the other side because they're printing them flat. These are all sides, which is really cool. I'd love to see the process they're using to do this. They can do dart shields too. These are pretty cool. I should get one of these for me. That would be kind of cool. I can get my own little, that's kind of cool. I need one of those. That's pretty awesome. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. Check them out. Let me put the link here. If you guys are looking at having some custom flights or, whatever with stuff coming back and maybe looking for some cool stuff for giveaways or things like that, this is definitely a company to work with. They just seem to be really solid people in the darts community. I see a lot of guys working with them. And it's really, really like what they've got going on. They've got some really cool stuff. So check them out. I love these flights. I'm going to play with these. Who knows? Maybe I'll switch. I can talk today. Maybe I'll switch from the Condors over to my own custom. No, I'm going to wait until he does custom Condors, and then we'll get into that because I think that's coming. Pretty sure that was something that he mentioned to me. So, yeah, Mr. Dax. By the way, Dax, thanks for being on the show last Friday. If you guys didn't catch that, it was all about the grip. And we really, I probably need to do like a Dax monthly deal and we talk about something darts related because he's got so much information up there, so many ways to help people out. Dax, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it once a month where we're going to get someone who needs some help with their throw, and you and I will talk about their throw. Maybe we get them to send us some video or something, or just get some questions in particular ahead of time, and we can do a once a month show where we just talk about and help people out with the throw, the stance, whatever it might be, mental, whatever. And I know, as you said, respect, my pleasure. You would love to do that because you love darts. You love the mechanics of the game. You love helping people with the game. So I think we should do that. And Linnea says, me. So right there, dude, I'll email you today or tomorrow and we'll talk about it. So Shane says that they're doing some stuff in North Carolina. So, okay. They use a company called Helos who does the prints on them. Thank you, Niels. Yeah, I think you got some stuff printed from them. That's cool. Dart Church. Love it. Eric E-Dub. Dude, you are awesome. Dude, I love your posts. I love how much you're promoting darts. I love your stuff. If you're not familiar, look, I got to break out my metal card again. Promote Darts is right up here. And that's Eric E-Dub. So he is a good man. So love his stuff. He's got some really cool stuff going on there. Linnea, yeah. We will certainly have to pick on you and take a look at your throw and have Dax get into that. Guys, love you all to death, but I got to run because I got to run. Like literally, I got to get my butt in the car and go do this thing where I make money and pay bills. So love everybody. Thank you guys for checking out today's show. Check out customdartsflights.com. Cool stuff there. And of course, check out Shot Darts. Great sponsor, making incredible barrels. They actually manufacture the B-52s. Who else would I use to manufacture those other than one of the greatest companies ever in darts than Shot Darts, making artwork that we get to throw. That's just kind of my thing for them, and I think they need to use that tagline. It's my thing. Also want to thank Jen Mounts and everybody over at Magicwear, A to Z Darts. The jerseys are spot on. Just really nice, comfortable, great materials. And you can get Atomic Darts jerseys available at atomicdarts.com. Or the Coffee and Darts. See, it says Coffee and Darts. So they are available there. And I also want to thank Condor Flights and Shafts for being a sponsor as well. Everybody, thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the week. And I will be seeing you guys. Don't forget to check out Premier League. There are darts and people are watching the darts live. And you'll find that at pdc.tv. Look for some other cool stuff happening in darts, USA Darts. Go check out Bearded Dart Guy and see what's going on in the world of darts this week. a Fireball jersey. You guys are all into jerseys now. I did a real quick last second, the home tour for Soft Tip Central USA. This Sunday is week 3. I mean, it's a year-long tour. We play every other Sunday. If you're watching Bullseyes and Brewskis on Saturday, which you should be watching, they'll be playing their matches with that, and then they'll continue on playing. But it just depends. Unless they go all the way and win it, that'll be there. You can go, of course, check out Soft Tip Central USA to watch some of the matches there and all that other stuff. You can just kind of check it out and watch it. I will be playing and probably going out first or second round, and I'll probably get tagged with Matt Campbell again. But I got something for him this time. Ready, man. Ready. But, this Sunday it's going to be fun. 7:01. It's what we're playing. And I think the next tournament is actually a cash tournament, and there's some cricket in that. So that's going to be loads and loads of fun. Come play the Bigfoot 2. What's up with that? B&B Saturday night 2. Is Bigfoot Shaper? Oh, yeah. Bigfoot Shaper does play with those guys. Sorry, Bigfoot. Niels got to the semifinals last game. Awesome. I missed out because I was doing the whole anniversary thing with the wifey. All right, guys. Love you all. It's fun. Love hanging out. This is always a blast. I could sit here and just do this for hours and chat it up with y'all, but I got to go to work. See ya.